Because being optimistic is realistic when you're optimistic.
Everything in life is a mindset. If you want to get it, then you gotta really want that. If you really want it, then you gotta desire that.
They told you to be realistic, and that's exactly where they messed up. Because the realists are out here being realistic, real broken, real bitter, and real stuck. And I said what I said. Hi, I'm Allana, and today I'm going to show you how being Delulu is not your problem. It's actually the solution. And I'm here to escort you away from the realistic and over to your fellow optimistic, actually making their dreams happen friends. Into an era where you prove your dream life is not delusional. It's what's happening. And it's divinely scheduled. Optimistic realism is knowing that the optimistic answer is the realistic one when you are the one who succeeds at it. When I say Delulu is the Solulu, I'm not telling you to actually go and be delusional, okay? Let's just clarify before we begin. I'm telling you that them thinking what you're doing is delusional is actually just their perspective. They are disillusioned away from whatever it is that you're about to do and succeed at. And you are controlling the illusion. And how it works in your reality is realistic to your reality. Because it's the reality you are living out. Really? Babe, it's not delusional. It's the mindset and the faith of the person who actually gets it done. Whatever your actual calling is not delusion. You are the person who is supposed to have that level of faith. You are the person who holds on to the amount of faith it takes to succeed at it. And you'll have the receipts after you eat. Because you paid in the blood and the sweat and the tears it took to put that meal on the plate. Let's be honest. Most people who are running around saying, be realistic, are the same people who are too afraid to actually genuinely bet on themselves and not give up. Like, girl, who hurt you into thinking that God wouldn't go all out for you anymore? Leave me alone. I personally almost let other people and myself convince me out of the life I am literally building for myself in real time. I got so far up in my head, I started to ask myself, like, have I gotten too old for my dreams to come true? Maybe I should just settle. What if I actually never get there? And then I realized the only way I'm actually not gonna get there is if I stop like the rest of you idiots. And then it started to seep in again. What if I failed too many times along the way? As if failure isn't the stepping stones to success! This is literally what success is supposed to look like. Their definition of delusion and failing and learning over and over and over again until you succeed. And as if any of those reasons are reasons why me and God can't do something. Like, no, oh, didn't think so. I locked back in and started going after what I knew from childhood I was meant to be here on this planet doing in the first place. And it's what's happening. Because it's what I'm doing. So if you ask me, what's happening? What have you been up to? What are you doing? I'm making all of my social media platforms blow up. I'm working on my music and becoming an international pop sensation. How are you? What are you up to? Because that's what the hell I'm doing, and that's what's happening, regardless of your perception. So let's break it down. Delulu is when you have a dream with no intention of going after it whatsoever, and then you call yourself realistic and let it wither away and die inside of you instead of pursuing it. That is delusional to me. Solulu is when you have a dream and you never give up on it until it comes to fruition, and you make your actions, good or bad, match your anointing. Optimistic realism means you believe that the best will happen and move like you deserve it. It's not toxic positivity. It's being bold enough to say, yes, I'm standing on business. I'm pursuing my dreams. If it's not clocking to you, that is not my problem. It is actually going to work out for me, so I'm doing it. Here's the real tea. If you never give your mind permission to believe that the best outcome could happen, guess what? It's not gonna. That's not manifestation. That is physics. Your thoughts plant the seeds, your actions water it, your faith is the sunlight. People love to say, I'm just being realistic. But are you being realistic or have you just resigned? Did you hear your calling, tried it a couple times, or worst case, never even tried it at all, and then you were like, oh, nope, not for me, it's too hard, or oh, nope, not for me, there's so many other things that are in play, and then you never, ever, ever did it. And you decided to turn in your life's notice and never succeed at it ever. I have had so many more people warn me about disappointment than have ever showed me their pursuit. And yet, here I am, good times and bad, still going after it and not giving up. Can they say the same? All the greats still had an underlying, undeniable belief in themselves, even when it was unrealistic for them to think that they would succeed. When the views were low, when the videos were cringy, when they could hear more boos in the audience than cheers, when the money wasn't coming in, or they were living in their car, or they were homeless, or they were put in a psych ward, when they got to an age where the average would think that there was no chance left for them to still become a superstar. But they still were, could, and would. And they were going through their necessary strife to become the person they are today, to be the person they are today. Because you can't tell me right now on God and everything that Viola Davis didn't go through something to get that cry. And guess what? They became the person they are today because they believed in themselves beyond their past and beyond their current circumstances and did it anyway. And even in times when they didn't have much proof, what they did have was proof of faith. Because the person who succeeds is the person who never stopped believing. And I know I just made a Glee reference on accident, but it's true. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. You know what I'm saying? Can't even stop laughing. Okay, let me get back to the point. So I'll leave you with this. You don't get the Solulu by playing it safe. You get there by saying, yes, this is unrealistic to you, but it's realistic to me and what is happening and going to happen in my life. Because I am the one who is doing it. And I'm doing it like the person who's gonna get it done. Because being optimistic is realistic for the people who succeed. God isn't asking you to be realistic. God is asking you to be ready. And you won't be if you aren't spending your time, energy, love, and attention preparing for that reality, the one that He's aligned you with. So if you're ready to shift out of realistic fear and into optimistic realism and faith, drop a comment down below and tell me what action you're taking toward your dreams this month. Because it's about being realistically optimistic every step of the way. I love you. Hey. Bye, Felicia. Bye. I'm gonna put some journal prompts in the caption if you guys want to journal after you watch this video, because you should. Okay, bye.
And that's the secret to life. If I told you once, then I told you twice. The hardest things that cut like a knife is changing habituated strife. Ha.